Anyway, as you can see, I'm here. Interesting night. Tech difficulties. Decided to swap the thumbnail up a bit. I'm also not much in the mood for the bullshit tonight. So, and I don't mean just bullshit on YouTube, true crime criminals doing crazy shit, interfere in, hunt down, make gazillions, destroy, contaminate, all that. Because I've been pretty checked out work concerns that bullshit the past few days. You can always guarantee you motherfuckers are still motherfuckering in some case or another. It's just yep. It's sort of your all's investment thing. Anyway, so oh, I gotta tell you, we did become aware that, and by we I mean several family here, and there was a YouTube true crime piece of shit tragedy. Um, well, must say I'm not really any of those things that I'm very much anti true crime. Whole damn pile of shit true crime thing just needs to stop. That's really all I can tell you. So you've probably come to the wrong place. Um, it's bad for humanity, the justice system, victims, survivors, fighters, families, law enforcement, and everybody's poor little spongy brains around the world. Because they're all propaganda, real news dies in the dark, stuck online, and instead of out being around real people and fear-mongered and algorithmed, and they had it straight into hell. So there's all that. True crime's a shithole. No, well, Mustang, you're still online, and that opens the whole world. A whole abundance of better things. Cornfields or not. And I can think of a billion better places for the whole world. You, all the other humans on this planet, and everything else in between than true crime content. Even the egg pillar channels are better for humanity. Anyway, y'all, I'm here, obviously, but like I was saying, family and I were notified there was a real fucking tragedy occurred with one of these true crime shit stains. And it was about, yeah, the best laugh I've had all week. In case y'all unaware, Ryan's a piece of shit with no truth that smacked him in the face over. Apparently Ryan. Oh, Ryan. You know, he could defeat Katahdin apparently during times it was closed and all this other horse shit, and nothing adds up. But apparently Bays Mountain got the best of him. Yeah. Damn near took him out. Straight fucking tragedy. Anyway, well, hearts and prayers. Yeah, hearts and prayers. I keep meaning to go back through the camera photos to see if they were actually coming and going from Bays Mountain on the day they said they were now. I got others on the other end that, can let me know if they appeared on theirs too, just in case they come in the back way. Sorry, I'm at petty levels of are you pulling a Don B and lying to people about being places? Were you and your bicycle indeed almost taken out? Nah, it's a pity. It's fucking fabulous. Best laugh I had all week. And then I'm just like, dear locals, this is the dipshit that wants y'all to let him on your fucking property. So he can even possibly go camping overnight. He wants to just traipse the fuck about. Motherfucker didn't get taken out. Paying the big boy shit. Not even Jack Jones, nothing. He just straight totaled everything, allegedly, supposedly, according to him. And his bike. Hell, maybe he was borrowing Don B's fucking stationary dick measure. Maybe that's what happened. Anyway, but yeah, this is the big badass that's gonna manage all the hills and valleys and dales, right? He could defeat Mount Katahdin during times it was actually closed and all that shit. Weird, huh? Slipped and slid and busted his ass on faux sense ball. Can't touch a sooty piece of wood or get a fire started. Goddamn. Bays Mountain took him straight out. It's goddamn tragic. Anyway, but yeah, this is a fella that wants y'all to let him on all your shit. Deep, deep into the woods. Y'all up? Sure. I Anyway, so the reason this particular tragical hearts and prayers laugh, has shit to do with Shinola tonight, is because yesterday night, I and Little were outside in the dark, and there's this ambulance that just comes by. Yeah, it's chilling. It's chilling. I'm like, huh? Nothing before, nothing after. Pretty quickly understand that it's gonna be transport, most likely. Like, who in the neighborhood area is like in that shit, yeah. So I asked the other family, I'm like, man, well, first of all, when I watch it, go up a mountain, alright, particular. I'm like, man, all the people we know up there, they could be like a deathy call, but usually families wait until the morning, funeral home pickups, whatever. Like, no, no. And the particular road they're going is like, yeah, The only ones on it really is like, we're gonna be, unless that ambulance is teaching certain junkies and whatever listen about slow rides in Narcan, and there's nobody else in front or behind them. It's gonna be elderly or it's gonna be transport planned, scheduled, and done in the middle of, lowest peak, whatever. So, uh, I'm like, there's not really elderly that are in whatever shape, you know what I mean? So, and if it was like one of those, hey, think I'm dying calls, you'd expect something still in front of mine. So, I was like, hey, bro. To the rest of him, I was like, so and so passed recently, right? So it wouldn't be them. The only person I can think of is a recent person in the news that probably needs transport for care to outside medical facility. So yeah, it's like, that's probably it. Either way, Little looks at me in the middle of this before I go consult with fam. Because, like, I hope I'm not confused. I think the other one's passed and that one's whatever. So, Little looks at me in the dark, so we're watching the ambulance climb the mountain. Obviously, better than a ride. And, Little goes, you think, it's Ryan? Maybe he ate shit and eyes like, don't finish that sentence. Don't finish that sentence, young. And, yeah, yeah. Little's like, but I was like, no buts. Don't finish that sentence. We don't need that bad juju. Alright? So, you know. Yep. I mean, there are aspects to where Little is fully aware of the ass cleansing monster teams. And can't blame him. Be grateful I didn't let her finish the rest of that sentence. So, anyway. Yeah. My point here is there are things that are pretty discernible. You know, pretty quickly, like, you put them together. Instant, like, well, and then reasoning, common sense, deduction, yada yada. Right? So, they're just almost instant. Doesn't take a genius. Now, y'all know I rarely, if ever in any way, comments, put my true 2 cents in about any of the quote cases you fucksticks are working slash inserted in, destroying for money and necessary, da 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 da. Taking advantage of those who watch it as entertainment, you know, pulling all your bullshit, your typical shit. And I don't see it as my business to be commenting or giving my theories or whatever the hell else, right? On any of these other cases, the only way that you ever really see me comment on them is in regards to what you all are doing in them. Okay? There have been instances where I'm like, kind of sort of called that, or this, you know? And I'm not the type, or have I ever really been, to where I think any realm well, I mean, I really didn't become aware of this type of shit until after 21. But, you know, just, it would have never occurred to me in a million years. It still doesn't. I still can't fathom it. I don't understand people's infatuation with it. I understand why in the hell anyone, and I do mean anyone, would come the hell online to watch a bunch of tragedy pimp ass criminals. Dumber and fuck, criminal as fuck, records long as fuck, high as fuck. Conning scamming as fuck. Talk about some of the worst things that happen to others on this earth. And view it as fucking entertainment. I'll never figure it out for the fucking life of me. I mean, if I want to see something or hear something, I'll go to the damn news. And then chances are, even then, I'm gonna go to like 12 different um, places, and then I'm gonna see what the commonality is, and then I'm gonna dissect down to like, you know, like see what stays stationary in between and compare and see what's most likely true versus horseshit each whatever those makes up. I don't know, somebody's hot take on something. Whatever the hell, think tanks, funding, because that's just sort of how I'm. But as far as crimes go, things like that, there's never been a real interest. Um, you know, see and hear things. Of course, we all out in the world hear about crimes occurring, crimes have, crimes this there, you know. It's part of life. And at least where it concerns humanity and the invention of the printing press and radio and TV and internet. I mean, even before then, I assume word of mouth. Stories, legends, tales, you know. Who the hell knows, but just either way, if I've got something, you know, like, I'm just not, you know, just not. But anyway, there are moments you see and hear things. In the real news, and obviously because I'm here and I sort of try to keep an eye on y'all and what you're doing in each case and who's involved and what you're doing, and that sort of thing, because that's important in what I'm doing and what the hell I'm doing here. So, anyway, I do see which ones y'all are latching on to, this, that, and the other, yada yada. I obviously have my own thoughts and things about them. But for the most part, each one of these I see y'all start to embed and insert in and get claws in. I'm not really listening to whatever the fuck it is y'all are talking about. It's mostly who's involved and that type of shit, as far as you all go. Um, there has been one in particular lately I refuse to even click any of your buttons on, just because I'm just here right now, man. You know? And that's the, Hero. I think that's how you pronounce it. Now, the other day, um, little says something about something she'd seen online about it. I'm like, yeah, I know what you're talking about, because all the tragedy pieces of shit are lighting up that name. Um, and I think now, to go back to my history, but I watched a piece from some news station. Wasn't any of y'all. I think it was, fairly early on. I heard probably 20 seconds. And portion in it where um, the mom was all like, well, I'm gonna be real honest with you here. An acting job, the equivalent of a Jenny Goddamn Waters slash Gavel Geeks. Right? Maybe better than Jenny fucking Waters with Gavel Geeks. But still shitty. Okay? Took about 2 seconds to see that and be like, nah. Nah, nope. I had my thoughts about it, obviously. I'm like, well, so there's more info to this, that, all possibilities, right? Who the fuck really knows? But that don't smell right. Don't look right. About 3 seconds flat. And it was that discernment. Then, little tonight brings something to my attention. She's like, you remember that Erica was? It's like, yes. Yeah. she's like, well, this, that, and the other pretty quickly. And I was like, man, no more. No more. I need you to change the algorithms again. I don't, I can't anymore. Dead, dying, murdered children, etc. I can't do it, man. Alright? Cannot. I mean, it is something that is actually a little overwhelming. Uh, See day in and day out, even as I coming in this room, I mean, just one name after the next, y'all doing the same thing in all the cases, it's just, there are aspects of it that are just, and so when I log up, I don't want to hear or see any more of that shit that I already have to. And that's exactly what it is. I just, nope, and, anyway, I can tell when algorithms have swapped for a little or anything, and it's usually me, and I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm gonna need you to swap algorithms back by looking up flowers and sunshine and something good, okay? But little, was like, her point was, she had learned new info that the, child was seemingly, possibly, a needs child. And when she told me that, I'm like, well, all possibilities just went down to about like, mm-mm. A little shows me this, and it made me aware of something else I hadn't caught because I only watched like 12 seconds of the actual news piece from some news place days ago. So, like 3 or 4 days ago, something like that. Now I don't. Anyway. And I had his diapers right here, and then someone said, "Hola," and I couldn't even turn, and that was just, I don't remember nothing. I got up off the floor, and I didn't see my child.
This is so fucking crazy. This is so fucking...
Now, that's where I was like, I'm sorry. What, what, what did you just say? Back it up. Now, I obviously knew the other day, she had, immediately sort of went the POC route. Okay. Nah, but this, I was like, back it up. Little bags. I was like, did this bitch just say somebody said Ola behind her? Yep. Nope. Nope. my whole life, I think, just out of look, generally speaking, when a mother, especially one of lighter complexions, instantly gears towards, oh, I don't know, a brown or black man took my lighter complected child, and yeah, it's gonna be like, mm, but then they know. Anyway, and then you're gonna tell me in that area of California where many um POC speak perfect English, you you got one that had to walk up and say hola. I mean, don't get me wrong, someone could walk up and say hola. It's a way to, I guess, get your attention, knock you the fuck out, and take your baby. Honestly, if they've had a look at the child, this, I mean, most are not gonna steal needs. Okay? I know how that sounds, but let's all be real here. Um, you know, it's like I'm pretty sure that's just oh, I don't know. And look, there's this thing, and I problem is I could say this in a quicker fashion, but I'm trying to watch my words and not delve into this in a way that's. I'm just saying, if like a white lady or somebody else is ever like, oh, the PSC, they took my baby, chances are most of the time, no, they didn't. No, they didn't. All right, and when you have heightened periods of propaganda and bullshit, oh, like Rodney King beatings and that type of thing, and periods of real information and all that dying in the dark and hate shit, all whatever, right? Out there, and just America being full of it, anywhere really, I guess. And they try to make sure that it goes right along with propaganda or hate shit that's filling the world at the time. It's really gonna be a no for me. And I think it's one of those instant moments where you're like, yeah, no, bitch, what'd you do with that child? What'd you do with that child? Right. If you see someone gear up to blame it on POC, etc., especially during times of propaganda, or to try to use whatever propaganda is most prevalent or fear mongering bullshit from news media, politics, etc., to explain the vanishing of anyone, whether it be a child or wife or something, close to them or in a family setting. Yeah, you could about bang they've done something and they know, whatever. So I'm just like, no. Then little goes, no, mama, you gotta hear it. Like, turns out, because I was like, I don't know, the dad has a real bad history. Something along the lines of torture or cruelty to children. But yeah. And that's where I was like, the hell? Ah, yeah. Alright. Now, I was aware that the story is supposed to go something like they have 43 others. I'm exaggerating there. But then they were supposedly getting a mouth guard from the store. She had to run, da da da. I'm aware of that much. Now, I'm like, yeah. And for me, it's an instant. Child's most likely going to be around that realm. Problem is, it isn't. Yeah. Probably toast. Like nothing into something that, like dumpsters, whatever, along the way, or some roadside or something. Be my guess. Could be entirely wrong though. One of that many frustration if you already struggling with an abundance of others, harried type of evening, football games, whatever, you know. A little one with needs does something displeased or whatever, you know. Don't know. There are indeed possibilities there, but I'd say that something happened. And now, I could be wrong. Good possibility of that too. That's the thing, isn't it? And like I just told you, the only reason I'm saying any of this is for a reason. Those, especially of lighter complexion, who immediately try to blame, build up, or use either hate, fear mongering shit, propaganda shit that's out in the world to blame the disappearance or whatever, seemingly. I mean, you know. You feel me? Anybody feel me yet? To weave it in somehow. To use it. Potentially. For whatever reasons may be. And it goes will forever be the thing that I'm like, instantaneously, nah, no, bro, I don't think so. Right? Certain things just feel off instantly. Sometimes, though, you just can't quite put your finger on it. Not in all regards. Not in all ways. But yeah, never trust a motherfucker. Definitely leaning a little closer. They're trying to blame it on black or brown, man. Especially during times where hate's at all-time highs. Propaganda, but especially if it revolve, like the addition of Ola. See, it's not just it's a brown or black man. That's it's a foreigner. Right. See how that works? Even in that area of California, where a lot of the population can say Ola and this and blah blah. Yeah, just that really, really, dear. Throw a cartel in there too. Russians? Organ harvesting. I have questions. Anyway. For me, the addition of the diapers were right there. I don't know. I didn't hear an interviewer, but that seems like needless. Insert. I don't know. I have to go track down the piece, and I'm not really interested in doing that. But there's also something else that caught my ear.
And I had his diapers right here. And then someone said, Hola. And I couldn't even turn, and I was just, I don't remember nothing. I got up off the floor and I didn't see my child.
This is so.
I got up off the floor and I didn't see my child. There's just a whole lot of that around, ain't it? Sounds familiar. I feel like I've heard that song before. Anyway, I don't know. Floor, saying, I catch the dry, snotty nose. I was actually listening to some stuff a night or two ago. Yep. a whole lot of dry, snotty noses. Gotta be COVID, right? Surely. There's been so many the last few years. I don't know. Actually, I was watching. I was actually watching how dry people's noses were. Not a tissue in sight. It is wild. It is wild. It's something I'd never watched before. So it was new to me. It was. Yep. It's like, damn. This took place. Shit. You don't say. Also, brings me to other things, right? Uh, Now, Little and I were hanging out the other night, and it was a toss up between Eddington, I believe, and some movie called. I keep wanting to say it's monsters, but I feel like the name of it is Weapons. Now, I'll tell you, after watching the preview for that, I looked at Little and I was like, "You serious?" It's like, "Homie, are you trying to kill your mother?" Anyway, Little was like, "No." Little could not figure out for a second why I'm like, and that, I'm like, well, that for me, as mom likes me know, she's healing, overcoming, resilient as ever, and things like that, because she can't find the wife. So, and that makes me happy. But then I'm like, oh man, like, as a mom, you're stuck going, well, I'm going to take one for the team and might hang on to my seat. So Little thinks everything's fine, right? That way, Little don't get over, like, for me, so, and carries on healing and being resilient and all things and can live in a world once again where nothing bothers in that regard. Though I don't know if that's quite possible because you can see algorithms, so whatever. She definitely has a bit of an easier time than us sometimes, but yeah, I was like, seriously? And then I realized Lil didn't understand, and it just didn't, and I was like, well, shit. But Little in the end chose Eddington, okay? You tell we're supposed to have another movie night, and I'm told it will indeed be the other one. I'm trying to prep in advance for that. Lord help me. I'm trying. But anyway, so we were chilling, we were hanging out. I'd had a particularly bad health day during all of that. Little was like, because she was kind of upset me because she was like, I wish you would give in and like, I can't say upset. She wasn't upset or anything. I'm just her mama, man. And on days or times she sees me struggle, she will, in a very concerned manner, stay on my ass. So, a little was like, I don't understand your aversion to mobility products. Okay? She was like, I've seen you have to use them, obviously. Da 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 da. I'm like, yeah, but they're not a continual or constant or whatever. And she's like, yeah, but I'm on. I just, I don't understand. She's like, you'll use the card at the store to make sure you can stay whatever. And this thing, it's cheaper. I'm like, yep, because that's card. She's like, but you could do that. And I'm like, we're not doing that. Because, And she's like, what about a cane? Now, on Benny earlier there, I would, um, it would depend, but also me using one would, and that was for reasons, and really only at home and things like that. During the worst of my heart fits, that point, because of how things were affecting it and other conditions were present and all these things. So to make sure as I was coming and going, at the top and stuff, and that I'd wait so it would depend, right? Or to get up and down. And often I did not like that because it made me extraordinarily vulnerable to extreme violence from Monster. Because if I kept anything like that at hands, it would be used on me. You could bet on that. Like the sun rising and fucking setting. So the less we kept near that motherfucker's hands, the better off we were. Not that that ever saved any of us. Especially not my ass. You can grab anything. Baseball bats, cords, hangers, fucking anything, dude. Boards, guns, you name it, right? Didn't make a shit. So having anything like that around, and I was beaten with canes on several occasions, also my own goddamn crutches. As you can see, and Ryan can't find shit but Andy's asshole over there. His little hit piece, welcome to the club as long as you're playing Andy Bernard's ass. That I left, those crutches on that goddamn couch where it hid many of the truths about what that motherfucker did. And the evidence of it right behind. I doubt Ryan knew that. Anyway, so yeah. Now, little assumes that since out of the environment, maybe I'd be more willing to use certain things that I might need at certain times. I try my very best not to use anything as much as possible. Because there are not many that are gonna help me one way or the other. with certain ways my body functions and doesn't, and bad days versus good. I mean, like, for the most part, like cane or things, they're not gonna save me unless, they're just gonna go down with me. And I did indeed have one of those moments today. So it was like a walker. I was like, the hell did you just say to me? Now, no. Just no. Alright, no. Nope. Mm-mm. I think it's just more pain to move around. Those would be on the very worst days, right? Times or things change every hour, minute to minute. But it's all fun. I sit here in front of y'all for 11 hours and you'd never know. Struggles or day to day or moment to moment or how I can even came out from here and go out and do whatever back there and, and how my body is doing. You'd never guess and you'd never know. And I try to keep it that fucking way. Because it ain't none of y'all's damn business for starters. Though you've tried mightily to make it your goddamn business. Now, little that watches me struggle on those days, she knows. Family knows something, yes, so doesn't matter to me now. And, yeah, there are days and times I can do whatever in this thing. I mean, it just depends. Everything changes constantly. So, anyway, but there are very bad days. Very bad days, and I've had a few of those lately. And the other day I happened to fuck around and find out a bit too much of my body. And yeah, I gotta tell you, my left arm's not doing so hot. Still not sure whether I broken it or shattered the elbow or any of the above. I can't really feel the arm good because of them cutting off the nerve and redoing the thing and all that anyway, so it's always had problems. As some of y'all know, like some of you assholes who made fun of it for all these years, and obviously the dissection and removal of all the nice pretty bits and muscles and nerves and all the good shit in my face and neck because of cancer and all that, as y'all sold $75 fucking jigsaw puzzles or in heart attacks and all the rest y'all managed to, help me have and all that. Y'all had a real good time. Anyway, so I know some of you are aware from way back. But anyway, so I'm like, well, there's some pain there. I'm having moments, I think yesterday in the car with Little, totally ended up stroke handed some shit. Accidentally throwing it, And, oh, here we go. It's gonna be a no. So anyway. Weird timing on the trolls and what they say, isn't it? Yeah. So anyway. I'm like, nope, not happening. Alright? As long as I can walk, I'll walk. As long as I can do in the good moments, I'll do, and then the rest of it's just gonna be what it is. And then I'll walk off whatever the hell happens there. Now, the reason I'm even saying any of this is because pieces. pieces. You got me thinking about pieces. Things you know that just aren't quite right. From the word go. Strange, isn't it? It made my mind go click, click, clickety, click. But wait, hold up. Hold the fucking front door. Man. Some things are known, obviously, to be certain, but then you acquire more pieces and you can see, well, the more pieces. Right? Like how other people's devices only seem to appear ever, really, on news pieces or in public settings. After things, really. Or maybe during times of show. I don't know, man. I only whispered about when needed. Maybe even several vanishings deep. You just never know, do you? Strange shit, that. Of course, pieces eventually acquired. Only things joined. To things already known, already had. Just add more. To back up gut, brain. Yep. Seek and ye shall. Pieces. Where do they all go though? Where do they all belong? Where do they all belong? The problem here is these goddamn glow in the dark Oreos. Y'all seen these? Seen. Anyway. Someone, brought me these. I had a great life by them, etc. It was like, hold up. Hold up. Does this mean if you use the bathroom, it's gonna close? Little and I have a debate on whether we can feed a couple of these. Say a raccoon or a bear. And then see if there is a glowing bear shit in the woods or raccoon shit in the woods. Okay. The family and I had a great life about this, but we are all indeed curious. This made us think of the times, because I was like, I was like, I don't know, kid. If you're present and recall, I mean, I know you're present, but you were real little, during the, first wave of the Halloween Burger King Whopper. Okay, you were real little. Okay, and you weren't in existence when I used to buy the multicolored animal crackers for your brother. Okay, I've seen some shit in my days, and I recall a certain scream emanating from bathroom facilities when you were little and that Halloween Burger King Whopper. Okay, and as your panicked mother, you know, you can't unsee certain shit. Okay? Right? You just can't. I was like, I don't think you know what I know about shit. I was like, I want to see what these weird colors that we gotta know. So we're having all the like good memories, talking about all the good things, laughing about, you know, incidents with shit throughout the years. No, so, yeah. And I said, man, I need to know now. I need to know what glow in the dark Halloween Oreos do. Curious. Okay. So the question is, though, if you feed the glowing Halloween Oreos to a bear and it shits in the middle of the woods, yeah, the shit might glow, right? It might. And then y'all like, you know, does a bear shit in the woods? Maybe it won't make it to the woods. Maybe I'll make it to this. Maybe. Does a bear shit in the woods? The answer is generally always yes. A bear shits in the woods. Right? Bears shit in the woods. Sometimes those shits even glow. Right? Now, question is though, what if like there's like a whole abundance of bears? You know? How do you know which bear shit in the woods? And why shit in the woods? Yeah? Like, yes, the bear's gonna shit. Right? Of course. But then, which bear is guilty of the glowing shit? Then you have to ask, like, I don't know, all kinds of things. You know what would stick out to me though? Probably the most? Probably if the bear who left glowing shit. Or, well, the only bear, you know, just certain things. Turn around and tried to blame the glowing shit on an abundance of bears that weren't even in the same damn woods or area or, you know, all the other fucking bears and raccoons. And that would probably be my, yeah, right? Should probably make me go, the fuck is that bear up to? Like, you know what I mean? Probably more than anything else. Ever. You know? If, like, they were only, like, say, tracks for, like, one bear. But then that bear kept trying to make you think there were 4,000 other bears. It'd be like, the fuck, right? blankety blank. I'm talking about bears because I've suddenly turned into a animal and naturalist channel. Yep. With a little humor in between all of it. You know. But not. So anyway, yeah, I feel like that. What made me go, well, yeah, I just feel like it would. Mm, probably just look harder at the damn bear. You know it's ass line, right? Lying like a rug right in front of the fireplace. But like, and you still left Gumbo. Just out of fear that bears meant something, that it took a glowing shit in the woods, or just because of how funny that might look. Willing to point it at any other bear, because, like, I don't know, what the fuck's the deal with that, right? You'd be looking sideways to that damn bear. Maybe it's all bad example. Nah, my brain's not down with the word it's trying to access right now. Nah, hell with it. Anyway, I think I'll get the gist though, right? We're talking about bears shit in the woods. And glow in the dark Halloween Oreos. That's what we're talking about. And also PSA for y'all with young ones out there. As a mom has been through uh, what are now funny memories. Uh, y'all just watch out this Halloween. Be prepared for like screams and shit from young ones, if indeed Halloween Oreos like make them take a glowing shit. I'm just And that has nothing to do with her, but that is a true PSA. Not joking, no riddles, no whatever, no hint winks. I'm telling you, as a mom, one mom, the other has been terrified by shit like Halloween Whopper burgers. Like, okay, so just a Halloween PSA. I'll let y'all know if I find out anything when we get brave enough to eat those. Or I feed one or two to actual raccoons just to check it. My mom says I can. I've gotta know. Alright? Curious. Call it scientific experiments or something. And so anyway. So yeah, definitely separate that PSA from the rest of the riddle bag, you know. Which I'm sure isn't that much of a riddle. But I can say shit how I like. Have I lost my charger? I'm battery racing and I'm trying very hard to pay attention to that. My favorite Halloween candy? I don't know, really. Even as a kid, I was much of the actual candy from Halloween. I could inevitably find all of my candy even the next year in giant bags. Because back in the day, man, if y'all who lived through the 80s and 90s, we actually got candy. And you'd have garbage bags full. No shit. Anyway. And they'd inevitably find all of mine still stashed in the bag. Usually in my bed or somewhere else because I just didn't eat it. I'm not a big fan of candy. But I've learned, I don't know, past couple years, I've probably eaten more candy than I ever have in my whole life. Um, but I've always liked eating chocolate and peanut butter. Not always eat Reese cups. Right? Always can't, yeah. I do like almond joys. Though they're still a bit too sweet on the inside. And they need more almonds. Let's be real. I've learned to enjoy, despite Snickers being Monster's fave. I just fucking despise the son of bitches. But those new ones they have out pecans that are pretty good. Um, yeah, just depends. But I'm still not. I'd rather. Yeah, I'm more of a cookie and pie type cake on top of thing. But um, pastries. Anyway, but I will always, and I like Twix here, man. They did have really good Twix at Halloween last year. I don't remember what the hell they were. I think they were glowing. There was some I got that were glow in the dark too. You know, honestly, I couldn't do those last year. It might have been first year out. And last year I looked for them. Either way, I couldn't tell you if those made shits glow in the dark or not. I don't think I ever tested or thought about it much. But anyway, so they had that, but they were still just twigs. But yeah, least favorite Halloween candy? Mm, I don't know. I hate all kinds of different candy. So I think my least favorite thing like that in the universe though would probably be Peeps, Circus Peanuts, Sugar Daddies. God. And if you survived the 80s or 90s, you know what the hell. I don't know who the fuck. And I know those have been around for several generations, not just ours, but I don't know why. I don't know why. Uh, I don't know who the fuck thought that was a good idea. Had to be somebody along the way. It was like, what the fuck you need a dentist for? You need a tooth pulled, just eat a fucking sugar daddy, right? Those things are the devil. I also could not stand a Tootsie Roll. I don't like. I need. They even sell those anymore? God, I hope not. And though I love peanut butter, I hate those chickadee things or whatever those are. I don't like those. Not even the least. Or whatever the hell the taffies were come in the orange and the black during Halloween. Like, stop that. I don't even. Do they sell those anymore either? God, let's hope not. Anyway. Anyway. So, we're gonna go back before the candy towards the bear shit area. And, talk about how glowing shit is glowing shit. Alright? Well, I'll tell you, this troll is trying to get everything through. Wrestling, humping, zannies, and, whatever. Sex harassment. I love the distraction effort. You're gonna go fuck off now. You hit a certain candy filled center for me that I don't like. So anyway, um, we're gonna go back to. Now, I think he has her own channel. I'm just gonna be real honest with you. You might want to see Shades and Not a Safe Place over for Zannies and Hollows and whatever else. Also, here's Shebang Anything. Shram it, cram it. So anyway, like the devil, just leave him wear stuff like Halloween costumes while doing it. Anyway, so back to bear shits. Okay. Now, when you see people, because maybe you see them and hear them, maybe you do. Instantly start trying to blame, I don't know, glowing bear shit. Or writing stories around why a bear might shit woods. It's not really needed. But when you see, maybe, hear, maybe, people immediately start trying to, potentially, possibly, even blame everyone from, I don't know, littlest to biggest. Like that. And then it not stop for, hell, who knows, maybe years, right? Maybe it hits the wrong centers for people who are already alarmed. Hearing, seeing too many red flags long before. Too many other glowing shits. Things seem on certain days instantly like giant. No, they smell off like giant piles of glowing shit. Or maybe the worst comes. Now who knows, right? but there might be an effort made instantly, it would seem to some, to throw sling glowing shit at everything from littlest to biggest. Now then, one might now assume that, could assume, maybe shouldn't assume, I don't know. You know what they say about assumptions? There's shits and assumptions. No, I'm gonna change this thumbnail to the bald ass bear on the great outdoors, I swear to it. Lightning and all. So, anyway, one could assume, I suppose, that certain types of bears might attempt to write certain shits before anybody notices glowing bear shit. And, into the realm of like Goldilocks. Maybe, um, because they think, I don't know. Certain things might get less than. If made to look like. Just a thought. From the way, way back. From the way, way back. I guess that's what happens. You have thoughts like that. Sometimes. Right? Because you actually live deep in the woods where bears shit. Follow certain behaviors and patterns and all that. So, you know. You know, typically certain bears shit in the woods, and you might have a favorite way of doing so. Or a favorite spot. Favorite way of going about. Always shitting in the woods. right? Following patterns, behaviors, whatever. Method of taking shits, right? Glowing or not. Y'all ever heard the term beating around the bush? I swear to God, for some people, it could be an art form. Anyway, maybe for reasons. You just never know. No, I really am craving the hell out of some ice tonight. I always am, but tonight's exceptionally bad. And I do need to grab some more about now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Be right back. I don't know. I'm back, but anyway. Yeah, I just have those nights where feeling in the air is kind of like, I don't know, you're attempting to be modulated for the 4 billionth fucking time by name changers. I just feel like it's the vibe in the night air. And no, Diamond, it wasn't direct to you. I'm just saying. Anyway, speaking of direct and all, hey, how y'all feel about pussy fucking around? Yeah. Now, I don't know about y'all, but um, there are times when I feel it's necessary, and then other times I feel like it's best not to. Like I said, ice, man, it's like, yeah, it's one thing. I hope one day it's not, but it still is right now. Strange. The initials on some things tonight. Strange. Anyway, so directness, right? directness. All pieces. Some of the dumbest shit I've seen on this earth. Ever. Ever. From the very beginning. You know what one of those things is? I'll give y'all a minute. See if you can guess. Now we're gonna start maybe dumbest shit ever. Number 2. Fine, I'm almost take guess. Let's go. Alright. Dumbest shit I've ever seen in my whole fucking life. Well, alright. I'm exaggerating a little. But I don't even know what you call it, really. It's pretty fucking stupid, though. Most transparent shit I've seen. One of the many shits. Maybe seen her, but now there's just so many shits in the woods. Okay? So many shits. But one of the ones that stands out most to me is several days after summer vanished, and 110 starts messaging Andy fucking Bernard. And I had this moment. I was like, the fuck is this shit? Are you kidding me? Right? It was like, seriously? I remember looking at Andy. I was like, the fuck? Are they serious over there? Andy's basically like, apparently motherfucking so. Now, he did not seem to be the least bit concerned with it as much as one would have said. I'm like, fuck, I trying to pull here. Exactly. Precisely. This is the moment you realize that Candace and Dawn are trying to set a motherfucker. Now, I don't know if it occurred to Andy then how deep that shit was gonna go. I would assume now that he has the same team licking his asshole clean. Though, that eventually, inevitably, he sort of caught on after all the, I don't know. It's sure, I don't know, that could go a million ways. But, especially after all the team got him wound up in, including Jenny, Adrian's, ATs, everybody else, the Lips, the Rojos, the BKs, the Scotts, Candace and Dawn, you know, all the shit, whoever the fuck, Nana, and goddamn Yennefer's. The fuck was that crazy bitch sleeping in the driveway trying to fuck him? Community word says maybe, and that other one that I'd hope for. That was that desperate crazy bitch. Reminds you of Lisa Kane Rest. The fuck was that whore's name? Piper. Piper. Yeah, they got him all wound up real good. And Horbag, of course, because she's a psycho. I don't even think he realizes to what degree, though. I can tell you he does, because, well, he knew the bitch was doing shit on purpose to push shit to an edge he didn't actually want it to, and dropping earrings, till him shut my car, and gonna get his ass caught no matter what. Thought she was gonna, you know, whatever, you know. She's a special type of piece of shit herself. Loves thinking she's a setup queen too. Even if it sets up Monster like she damn near did the other day with her stupid shit. Well, she's up here in my teeth. Boy, I can tell that boy's clueless. Alright? I'm just saying. Fuck out of here with that shit. But I was like, motherfucker. This is like day 3. Some shit like that. I don't know. The feds could tell you it's in the rings of data. And I did make sure to leave proof of the shit. With Monster, had he not thrown phones out and done all shit and ran off, stuck his broke ass stick and hoe bagged, done all things, and with his mommy and daddy, with the threats I was already facing about Lawson prior to some revenge. You know, all the shit. Sit there, right? So, anyway. The thing is, right? I'm like, did Don go aim for Fred that we were all told not to really talk about? And with looks of, oh God, please don't mention it. Just don't. I'm like, can we not even start on the SUVs full of black people either being blamed? So anyway, I was like, hold up. You telling me they went after it, and now they, and this may have been more than day 3. Like I said, somebody had to consult the feds. But it wasn't long after. I was like, did these motherfuckers just, like, really? Seriously? You know they ain't that stupid, right? You know these motherfuckers are only doing that knowing that somebody's gonna see it. To make, like, are they trying to fucking set up Fred and now you? While they're out here going, suddenly, we don't know. Some big bad hillbilly junkie or bad person there, you took her daughter. They fucking dead ass. Now I'd love it to tell you all that was same precise that way, but it was still like, I figured Andy was smart enough to catch on, quite frankly. I gotta tell you though, eventually, I had my doubts, because, well, he just continued to do whatever the fuck he was doing. Ran mine on. Yeah, it just is what it fucking is. You can't fix stupid. Right? It's not a motherfucking me problem, it's them problem. Now, I find it fucking strange. No, I don't. No, I don't. Usually when I say that, that's not what I mean at all, but it's... Anyway. What I find strange, air quotes, for days. Right. or changes in time markers. Alright? This realm will tell you that, oh, monster sort of took off right after summer finished. But that's not true. Monster still didn't want to do things, though there was all this shit where he'd gotten himself cornered by his own stupid self. He went too far. He got the psycho, tears in bed, going, hold me, and if you don't let me quit this job, it's gonna ruin our lives. Wait and see, da da da. And bitches still in shit, gotta try and get, all things. So, but he'd run the game too far, and I just didn't give him much fuck. Just trying to figure out which whore was which at that point, really, because there was a few. Anyway, not cared, but that's where it ended. And it was like, well, which one is it? Basically that. How serious can we get away? That type of shit. Whatever. Strangest thing, though, this room will tell you he took off right after summer vanished. He did. He lost his full-on shit after the boys were taken, though. Sure did. Couldn't light a fire into the boy's ass quick enough. Like an instant. Like even the kids now were just like, what the fuck? Yeah. You tell something just full broke right there, like. I think it was all abundance of things, obviously. I think his own monsters were pushing, pulling. Becca Monster was pushing, pulling. At the worst times ever in history. Their paranoid freak show shit set off his even more. And it is what it is, and all the shit. Because they have a penchant. I swear to God, this one time. Well, I wouldn't say one time, for years, they swore up and down I had snuck into goddamn Sullivan County Jail. Into the goddamn jail. Into the offices. No shit. Onto everybody's computers and all the things and devices and da 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 da. And, yeah. Really tried to have people in the community and Andy and everybody else believe that and then use that to abuse the shit out of me further and my kid. It was wild. They do love their propaganda. Their bullshit. Paranoid and weird shit. Man. They all fucking crazy. So anyway. Doesn't matter. I think everything there was a catalyst. Sometimes can't say for so much way that goes here and there, but I do know the days. And I know the looks and behavior and patterns, personality of someone I spent my whole life with, basically. I knew in real time. I knew for months. When a goddamn thing suddenly concerning and important around people he couldn't stand and despises, to be like, hey, and that was never a good sign when they were like, hey, together. Oh, dear God, it wasn't. It meant they were up to fuck shit. I mean, the kids are going to get abused thoroughly. When they pack up, that's always a bad sign. No, it was always hell. And that's the only time they come together is if it was for abuse of the kids of mine. But yeah, there wasn't nobody buying that cat camera, checking in on cat bullshit. And monsters thought they were all getting by with either. People were just trying to survive their cancer and monsters. Grief. Certain monsters banked on my ass being dead. And for it to end that way. Didn't die. They wanted me to. Tell you that for sure. Probably tried it at their own hands, everything else. They thought they'd get an easy way, all this shit. Just gross, really. A lot of days I'm pretty thankful. Because if I had died like expected and like wanted from all the cancers and our stuff and this and everything, and the way they were pushing me on purpose during treatment and after, and trying to push me to just heart explosions and everything else, right? Literally, not figuratively. Then they could have played and pulled more strange ass diseased pussy. From the, oh my god, my spouse of 30 years died, oh, pity me. Especially when combined with the fact of all the shit I found out after things went down. How much Andy fucking Bernard was using my name and my medical conditions to get up some real fuck shit, wild shit around this community with a great deal many people who did not have the balls to tell me while it was occurring. Probably because they felt real empathy and sympathy and didn't want to put me under even more than they knew I was undergoing with my children. So, and there's a whole lot of motherfuckers hiding a whole lot of shit. His coworkers and others were not them. I'm just saying. Nor was half the damn population or half of Beach Creek, including his own family, being like, bitch, we got eyes on this whore. So, whatever. So, whatever, Here's what it is. But thank God. And also the days that correlate with, well, a couple days before you got Grandis taken off. A couple days after you got Andy taken off. But what you also have happening in there, push, pulling whorebag, obviously. Pushing and pulling of his true monsters. He just wedged himself in there real good. I'm just saying. But what you also have occurring is the news that I would have to undergo more treatment. They thought we were waiting on teams to get together and all this shit, knowing things weren't right. You have all these things falling in there. And for some reason, like those who can't process emotions, like his variety monster, everything comes out of rage. So instead of tears and instead of whatever. Because old man wants me dead. That's still fucking true. Probably more so than ever. And, take it any way you can get it. But also, he didn't have the, you couldn't watch me die, if that makes sense. He's a strange with that. He couldn't watch it. Which is also why he was searching out so many pieces of pussy. Plus, whatever he done to lose all the fucking weight. He's dick for the first time in his life. It all applies. In there somewhere, right? So, thing is, but he's always been away. Since we were kids, first got together, you're in the box, and I'm gonna keep you while, all this shit. He's just built fucking wrong, okay? But it's his turn. It's his flavor monster. So, anyway, I assumed the whole pack of his monsters were all waiting on me to die. Hoping it would end like, oh, poor baby. Poor and boo-boos. And then the back end of the inbox to look like, well, we tried and looked back at when I had you talking to her, pretending it was me and thinking she was that dog. But you were trying to fix my relationship, and what you don't know is I've done this to every other fucking whore I've ever met. You're helping me abuse her, and I'm abusing you back up, but you don't know what. Anyway, so, but damn sure bet Jody Sue does. So anyway, thing is, but there's a whole lot. Yeah. Right. At that point, I was pretty checked out. All that. Thing and the hell of it is, Monster there is not the only one that was probably banking on me to die. I'd say that includes quite a few folks from Benham. And probably more than enough. Cornbread and chicken feed to choke a goddamn moose, quite frankly. And I think there could have been potentially leading up to certain timelines given around certain things or leeway. Because of certain times where that one was, you know, being visited by the cornbread and chicken feed of long past and being a pussy, like always. Um, and then how that cornbread and chicken feed eventually finds itself here formulating a plan with goddamn YouTube. To do fuck shit, right? Isn't that a person? I just, you know, have my thoughts, assumptions, some receipts, and then how those things reappeared right around times of certain other things. I don't know. I guess that's for far better to figure out. But also on that note, it don't matter. Maybe one fun day we'll get to that. Stop beating around the bush. But I gotta tell you, I honestly assumed I had a prediction for myself. Some of you may be seeing it. Said probably a year outside of Ben Hill before I died. Before that motherfucker managed some way to take my life, and boy didn't he, with Jenny, Adrian, Piper, Scott, Penny, whole bunch of chicken and corn, and those trying to set up even Lawson himself, and weird fuck shit going down. It was weird. I feel like certain people had certain feelings. Some of us are bold enough to be like, well, just fuck Lawson as he is. Ain't got nothing to do with anything. Others, however, in this community seem to feel like using YouTube and creators linked to certain shit, whatever their feelings are, is a good way to target a sheriff they're pissed off at for many, many years. That's the way I took it. That's the way I felt it. That's the way it made me go, these red flags are all wrong. What is up with this bender? What is up with that cup on the desk? What did you just say? Wait a minute. What did Scott Pickens? Oh dear. And then the others locally all mixed in suddenly that have things down there and then also out. Oh, what the fuck, right? Oh. Anyway, so, you know. But when you get right down goddamn to it, right? Right. No pussyfooting, no beating around the bush. When you get right down to it, maybe what even a whole lot of you guilty ass tragedy events doing the devils and monsters dirty work. Such. Maybe you don't even realize how many through all these memes, through all your social media, well combined platforms, and your dirty little ring. I don't know if you know what the hell's been truly going on for quite a few years now, but a whole abundance of people in that community and around Summer's life have been targeted for things long since said and done. Things also fresh, new, hell, upcoming. Not sure if a whole abundance of you dirty fucking true crime tragedy pimps are aware of what you've been used for. I know at least. Most of you know one or two, but I don't think you realize how many on, oh, I don't know, imaginary, scripted, built up horseshit suspect lists you built into false things and then targeted and hammered the shit out of. From long, long ago, for all the wrong motherfuckers. Some of us do know, though. When certain names, things come up in, people probably took advantage of that, script backed into stories, already scripted, potentially, and all this, or came about rather quickly. A couple certain family names as well. Keep, just, probably for many reasons. Probably not shit to do with summer. Just happened to be riding the advantage train. The after the fact train. Simultaneously occurring things, It's weird for me always, though, or changes took place at certain points. For all kinds of scared shitless monsters. Luckily, I'm not one of those. I give about as much of a fuck. Cornbread, chicken feed, monsters, fear, etc. Whatever else in between is always it. I generally try not to live my life in fear. Not something I was taught. I do sort of. It's been a lifelong problem trying to figure out why monsters tick the way they do. All kinds of varieties of them. I'm always generally more curious than afraid. And then I'm usually always like, fuck you do. Like, fuck is the worst you can do. Kill me? Okay, man. Anyway, I find it strange, though, like, I don't know. Assumptions and all, opinions, personal, whatever, you know. For me, it wasn't hard for certain other monsters to inevitably. Yeah, the flavor on the same team cleansing the asshole of quite a few. And then going, well, why did the tunes? Right? At certain points. You have obviously, Andy being absolutely certain that Dawn and Candace killed Summer from like second one. He's like, oh, motherfuckers. Yeah, they're responsible. Um, even long after that, you know, but and I'm not sure that he was fully aware at certain points that Candace Dunn were already feeding out personal information. First day he's already trying to use the. I heard a scream that. Oh, I don't know. I mean, obviously, even y'all know we weren't his purview, and he was busy sticking his dick in Becca. If it wasn't for that bitch, you might have caught on. I don't know. That girl done fucked up a whole bunch of things, okay? I could not stress that enough. Like, she could have waited 5 minutes, bro. Like, 5 whole fucking minutes. Seriously. But, just the amount. Then again, he lied to her about when he'd actually left and all this shit, too. And all this yada yada, she know better. Yeah, whatever, right? It's all kinds of fuckery. But either way, if Andy, he's absolutely certain from the beginning, Candace and Dawn does something. Some man 110 is responsible, right? And then with the way he believes it and all that, and then after he got roped in there and he just wanted money with that whore as they were stealing money and caught him, I didn't want it, you know? All that horse shit. And then he really was dumb enough to think other monsters were, you know, monsters have a habit of not being able to see monsters. No exception. I think you know, thought he'd make a quick buck, y'all have his back, you did things, you target the shit out of us for me, didn't realize how that was wanting to be done by others on Ben Hill on purpose, what his only intended purpose was. Then he got wrapped up, too far in to get at, you know, and all this other shit. Yeah, they're all playing stupid games, all of you have been the whole goddamn time. And it makes him sort of indebted and shit, don't it? And then what you see is a total turn for Monk chasing his ball, and everybody else twisted the fuck up. And his bestest buddies, Jenny and Adrian, all of them, you know, and that narrative. But then they swap it. You don't see that much runner anymore, other than when it's, you know, whatever, like Don Buggles, everything, or when I'm bringing up peace anymore. And somehow it's always levied at me instead of Monster. Like, nobody ever asks that piece of shit about it, right? But the Twizzled shit on Team and Donna Candace's did. Now that's been swapped over to this years long Andy versus Fred on the road or not on the road bullshit. It's a way of cleansing, doing whatever. All these things, right? It's a nothing burger. They all know it's a nothing burger. And it's a way of keeping him clean too for him again, unless they're shit, but that was always twisted up in the first place. Right? With a bunch of motherfuckers who had acquired him, used him to trigger me, and then they get triggering, they get big words used, all that shit, you know. Worst fears, thoughts, maybe come at you, all these things, but it's like, at what point does he ever become aware that Candace Stone really like Andy's a slut? We think he might have done some dirt on this thing, and I mean, Don's been, you know, caught saying that probably before we ever even left. And I know for a fact he said it for real, but it was not known to us. Tells me what in the fuck, when the fuck, timestamps, watching emails, shit being fed out to YouTube by Don and Candace, to Target, some this there. I don't know, you know. Personal info. But then Andy and Dawn bro dogging at the bottom of the driveway, making fun of how they got one by them. You know, the court's down there in Lawson and Pruitt and this there, make me look a certain way. All the shit, right? Of course, Dawn's down with that type of shit, because, you know, now at the time, depending on how anyone would look, it was, you know, people heard him being all, like, down with it. But then he, like, was like, I feel bad for him. It depends on how anyone you see him from day to day, too, you know, but I'll make no mistake. Don got down with that type of shit, because hell, it had been done in his past to, you know, stepmommies, mommies around him too, men making them look a certain way. This is what monsters do to women, you know. And Andy thought he got one by on courts and proving all this. I mean, but considering the threats just the day before that I caught on to quite well, and the whole stink pile that was, oh no, Jody, see, you talk, you do the things. It's like, oh, this ain't right for the monster email. What the fuck's going on here? Oh, is this going back into the cat cameras and thing? I bet it is. Somehow, remind me of your relationship. Why'd you do it 16 times again, doll? Yeah, fuck out of it. It's fake overtures, so don't you dare reach out. Don't you dare file paperwork. Don't you dare whatever. No, it's cool. Make sure you can stay in this box. It's just like, you know, it's just, you just have to live through that pack of fucking bullshit monsters for decades now. They're pretty easy to catch on to. Even in the mental chaos. Patterns, behaviors, cycles, hint links. Upcoming bullshittery. Incoming! You always know they're up to something, right? They give themselves away pretty often. Either way, it's like, bitch, tell me you ain't using the cell phones of people again to get by with shit and you ain't dropping them off on there. And then tell me without telling me that you're actually over there inquiring about a new hidden cell phone at the phone place that whorebag's gonna have to pay for and you're gonna get by. Come the fuck on, you know? Don't tell me you get how tech works. You know, oh no, you didn't hear another phone ring? Click! You know, no, messenger cut up. Bitch, please. That ain't how that works, dumbass. Yeah. Tell me hearts at noon. Eggplants and bananas. Bread. Asterisks are curse words. Please tell me again. Oh wait, do you realize the kids seen you texting about killing them in cars, messaging, you know, come on. Yeah, it's just, they're all typical. Tell me you ain't seeing what you're seeing in the front yards and packs of monsters are lined to police. trying to flip shit like many times before when they're up to fuck shit, you know, like shit. Trying to get out of its favorite for certain types. They all have different varieties of the same flip shit. We're scared of. Can you escort us all the way across 3 counties? Really? We tried that shit over here to a damn fly. Those were nice enough to go. Yeah, we know the whole family's full of shit, and if we were you, we probably would, but please don't. And, you know, whatever, but yeah, they're playing that card like they're. I don't know. I'm just grateful I live across better lines. It's almost time. So I feel about it. Unfortunately, with your all's help, less security and shit, you know, available for little and I. Tampering ass tragedy event bastards. Fake motherfuckers like Athey and shit playing with this group. Linked back to Monster and guns and all sort of fuck shit. Dope shit. It fucking break. All of you are just fucked up, man. Nah, I don't give. I mean, I can't say I don't give a shit. Because I actually do give a shit. Right? I don't. See, here's the giveaway. The tale. People are attempting to use us in the first hours when convenient. Then still fitting us out as suspects. And still trying to make us look certain ways to the feds. That wasn't true. To distract, sling shit, mud and jello. Alright? Right. While thinking everybody was fucking stupid. Ain't nobody stupid. Can anybody speak to why those are doing that? Sure, feds and law enforcement can. So, oh, let's not forget, even after and in between all that, they were willing to use the Scream thing to distract all nights when the sisters come out hard with Chris McDonough, right? To back up Dawn. Thing is, that never backed up Dawn or Candace. And the only person that ever said that it meant entirely kidnapping by a big hillbilly fucking abductor would be Don Goddamn Wells. The only one that ever implied, and the first one to kick in the pebble saying such was Don Goddamn Wells on the phone. What Don Wells doesn't realize is as soon as he said that, upon popping up after hiding on the phone, quietly, weird as fuck, is that my moment, nobody fucking said that dipshit. Like, nobody said that. Huh? And that my first thoughts were, as Candace was driving away from me, and on to the next, folks, you know, to tell whatever tales were to be told. Looking at the back of the tailgate. Being like, well, that tone went right. That whole thing went right. What the fuck? And that motherfucker come back here. Unbeknownst to Don Wells, because thank God sometimes I keep my tongue clenched. But then I shook off that moment fairly quickly. It was like, no, keep me. Still thinking Summer's out there hurt, left behind. I know there's go look. Search for it. Expect her to be found. Because the idea, even after Dawn kicked it into the pond there, was still, she's hurt, she's been left behind, something like that, right? Because even it's like, you're fucking kidding me. Now, I won't tell you it's not a possibility. Because I don't know, I'm not law enforcement, I'm not feds. And I think there is possibility. Obviously. Maybe she was taken. And obviously she was taken somehow, someway, in some condition from on or around one day, and it wasn't she. I obviously don't think there's a bear involved. Or a fucking tree. Or a goddamn bush. Definitely some sort of controlled foul play, for sure. Here's the thing. Right? Here's the thing. People could be like, oh, like Dawn often does. I don't know why they turned on. I don't know what's wrong. They're just making up stuff to get online famous to be part of your bullshit, bro. Shit might fly. Might. They managed to shoot the rest, right? For the most part. And most of the others, like Monsters and the Alleys and the Hilton and their bells and da-da-da along the way, right? The Freds even, the Lauras and everybody else's, they've given in to the payment squad, the ass cleaning squad, to C&D targeting squad, to being made to look some way on top of the world or else squad, right? Yeah, da-da-da-da-da. I ain't one of them motherfuckers either. I ain't giving into that shit. You can fuck right off into hell. Nobody turned, etc. XYZ either. Fucking missed me with that horse shit. Except they were always willing to use these children and I when it suited. Looks like from the first hours. Honestly, from the first fucking seconds. Until it didn't suit. Even, and then once nobody cave into the black and bullshit, the teams, this, that, the other, the bullshit offers of this, that, or whatever the fuck they were doing, and to taint people and to manipulate and do whatever, right? Wasn't gonna happen. So essentially, what you have are these children are being annihilated off the face of the earth for years. Now, I guess if that's actually Tim over there in that account saying, oh, well, you'll meet the trolls and being on playing like the whole group of you doing whatever, half of you admitting in the background or otherwise, and whatever, throughout the years you've been sent, all these things, all this done on purpose, whatever, right? Don himself, 75% trolls, which he knows also flows back into the night summer vanished. I just can't with that motherfucker. I know Jody Sue, listen. 75% trolls. Tim over there and whatever the fuck's going on, that shit. well, they have to go on the defensive. Really? After trying to set up all the goddamn neighbors? And I mean, up and down the valley, not just us doing fuck shit. Blame, I don't know, you know, whatever. And everybody and everything. Maybe even the littlest of things. Maybe even before dawn could kick pebbles in the fucking water. Evil ones, bad ones, terrible ones. I don't know. Fearful ones, used them. So. See, you could be like, oh yeah, Jodie Sue deserves it because she's mean to the whales. That's why they're on the defensive and they attack. Yep. Really? Really? Is that why they were trying to set up and do fuck shit, make it out the feds like we were certain shit we weren't in the first couple of days after summer finished? Thinking we were all stupid, wouldn't catch on to that, about like we wouldn't catch on to the, well, we're trying in the woods looking for things and people and we don't want to get hung and dogs camped out everywhere bullshit. That weirdly enough happened to be a rumor that come out somewhere from fucking bullshit the first night and traveled everywhere. And it damn well wasn't none of us. You know, yeah, people are obviously aware of dogs being here, but nobody was saying, like, who the fuck put that out there, you know? Like, you know? He never got to camp anywhere. Who did that? Somebody did. Somebody did a great deal many things. I don't know. But, and maybe it's just that could be just some random thing too. Somebody overheard something and something wasn't, but inevitably what you see is Candace going with that shit long after she knew it. She knew it wasn't even a thing on the 15th. She knew Dobbs never got to camp out. So what the fuck are you doing, bitch? Right? And so for months after, it's this shit. Probably just to get people closer to the kids, and I would be my guess on it. Because they're all pissed off, terrified, and afraid of something. Now, who's using who? Who's targeting who? Why the fuck you need to know what the fuck I know, or what the fuck kids and I saying this or that? The fuck? Bitch, if law enforcement and feds wanted you to know, they'd tell you. Obviously, they didn't. How did they? All these hoax shits try to get things to do this, do that. Us like that. Like, you can't see there's where it doesn't add up. That's where it doesn't add up. Trying from the earliest points to make people look ways they weren't. Because if you message, you do this, you do that, it makes you look more, you know. I don't know, man. I don't think profilers, feds, law enforcement, that's stupid. I don't care if you say it to them or you text others, you do whack shit or try to set up this and that from the beginning or who you try to lay, I mean, like, and that's a hell of it all. Like, I know we didn't do shit to nothing or nobody on June 15th. And I'm not saying anybody over there is guilty. At the very least, they're afraid. It could be looked at that way, right? Yeah. Could that be the motive for it all? For trying to set up shit, sling shit, fuck with others, from the littlest to the biggest in and around the community and whatnot. All that, I don't know. It's up to, well, I don't assume I know. It's up to alien feds to figure out that part of it. See, it cancels out, though. They tried to get near. when it suited. Same time, simultaneously trying to make people, look certain ways they knew weren't. And that's a hell of a thing, ain't it? Willingness to put others away or make them look certain ways, or not caring if, people got arrested or accused or anything falsely or looked at, just to save one's own ass. Because you're afraid or otherwise, you're willing to do that. Essentially, to take innocent lives from innocent people to save your goddamn selves. Ain't that a hell of a thing? That's a pretty monster type thing. Guess you think you could live with that. Most monsters can't they? They damn near sacrifice anybody. All the innocents. Wouldn't matter. As long as it wasn't them. Even if it was just over fear of it ever being. And I mean, hell, that is. See, I've seen that pattern in behavior and have receipts and proof and evidence. Same exact goddamn people doing the same exact goddamn thing. To many around the community prior, and just small shit. Stupid shit. Where they were guiltier than shit. But trying to get ahead of, advance of, set others up wrongly, falsely. Willing to get them arrested if it meant they could save their own asses. See, that's the fucking problem, probably. Especially with anybody who seems to be able to speak or knows certain things. And the way in which, for years, all of those have been targeted or made to come to heel with all kinds of threats, tampering, screwing with, being more afraid of, blackmail attempts, all this shit. I'm just saying. And for me, that reeks. Yeah, reeks more than a glowing pile of bear shit in the woods. You know what also reeks to me more than glowing pile of bear shit in the woods? Is another very, very dark pebble dropped out, even before Don's stupid mouth gets weird, with a weird tone. It says, "So you told me somebody took my baby." Yeah. There's another really very dark pebble kicked out, one I think that was meant to be heard, on June 15th. Hell, who knows? Maybe possibly two. I just know things that could absolutely hear me yelling, trying to catch attention, and then made sure to say certain things while pretending they could not. Maybe already going with something written or something. I don't know. Who really knows? It all felt so off then, and it's damn sure off the rails now. You know what I heard on June 15th? Probably one of the most sincere sounding things I heard. one of the most real things witnessed, etc. in real time. Came out of the mouth of a little one. But I'll tell you, there were a few dark pebbles that day. And none of them belonged anywhere else but over there. But the ripples have been great and vast, and destroyed many. Harmed that community more than anything. To destroy so many lives in that community. To cleanse the assholes of true monsters. Whether guilty or not, Summer's disappearance. It's been a terrible thing to watch. The tally is great and vast and wide. There's a perpetrator somewhere. Some are still missing. Community full of people harmed and affected by such low-life pieces of shit as Candace and Don Wells, who are guilty of ample amounts of shit. Whether it be some revenge or not. That's a goddamn tragedy in and of itself. Years of it. I don't know about y'all, but I'm sick of it. Well, when you have them in the first days trying to do shit, and then shit, trying to flip shit. Somebody was mean to us. We can meteor and tragedy pimp them, and we're grateful to the tragedy pimpers. Unless you're talking to the real journalists, in which case the tragedy pimpers are the devils. No, there's been a whole lot of dirty work done. Devils and monsters. I don't know. Looking at the rest from in and around. Oh, they're guilty of far worse than that. Blankety blank. One day the light will shine fully. Maybe the public will know. But is it 2 or 3? Blankety blank. Always seems like it's around it. Make sure to forget one, doesn't it? There's 3 large bears. Large bears. Over yonder. What is that anyway? So many more than that, yeah. Throughout the years. Huh? I'm the innocent, God-fearing hill of just the good people. Wild. How many very, very real monsters were over there the whole fucking time. Throughout many decades off and on. It's where all the very best hung out at, didn't you know? You know what I hate more than anything, though? Was watching how cowardly so many have been. I'm watching all of them in there and around them be bought, paid for, blackmailed, getting themselves wound up around all this shit, bro dogging even after, changing their tunes and going yellow bellies up. Getting their assholes cleansed by tragedy pimps and all y'all here gullible enough to buy the shit. And continuing to target so many other folks and witnesses and other things y'all can't even imagine that you should have never targeted. But you're still continuing to do it. And all your titles, your fuckery, your narratives. Pebbles, pebble droppers. Investment teams. But to watch those who were targeted not be able to just take the heat, look some type of way, be known for what they too were, feel fear, this, that, da. Get over it. And go belly up. Change their whole tunes. Man, they all know Summer. To give in like that quick. Or at all. Alice, you nor anybody else need to remind us at any point ever, at least those of us who give a shit, or say things like that at the center of this is Summer and that she matters the most, or that what the fuck everybody else is going through in and around her community, her community where all of us know her and she knew all of us, that whatever the hell we've been through is not shit compared to whatever she has gone through or is going through. You don't need to say that, except for YouTube and Candace and Honor to make one of us look a certain type of way. We're all well aware of this, and you're a fucking cunt for saying that in my chat. I just wanted you to know that because I'm well aware of that. And for you, any of you out there, to think that any of us speaking on what's been done in and around Summer's investigation or law enforcement, community, or anything else, that we are trying to take away from Summer or what's happened to her, or that we don't give a damn, or that we want to be the centerpieces of, you're fucking mistaken, bro. Summer matters to all of us greatly. There's not a day, a second, or a minute that goes by that I don't think of her, where she is, what's happening to her, the potentials, the all possibilities. But that does not mean, and see, that's another way of shutting people down, Alicia. Elise, I don't care what the fuck your name is, honestly. You're nothing to me. Okay? It's another way of shutting anybody down from saying anything about you dear fucking poor tragedy pimps, the true goddamn monsters. Because if they goddamn speak out, then they're taking attention from someone they don't care for. See, it's all about me, and you, and everything but Summer. No, it's not. All of this is Summer. What's been done to this community? Her community full of people she knows that know her is part of the fucking puzzle and the truth. And it needs to come out. And you, ma'am, with that narrative, aren't helping anything. Nor the teams or the tragedy pimps or the chasings or the Jennies or the Adrians who want to pump that shit out to shut the fuck up. Others who hold pieces, truths, to make them seem like if they speak out about what the hell's being done to them or their community, Summer's community, then they're taken away from Summer. They think their pain or whatever has been levied upon them, mostly by 110, and you motherfuckers online means they're trying to take from her, or that we don't care about her, or that we think we're first before her. And no, ma'am, you and the rest of them got it wrong. That's where you got it wrong. Some of us are very well aware that we are nothing but an actor. But we've also been targeted, screwed with, tampered with, fucked with for some reason involving Summer's case. Doesn't strike you as a little curious? You don't think the truth might be behind that somewhere? And a whole bunch of you assholes buying the bullshit from creators in that line are like you're putting out in my chat right now in order to make people go, oh, if they're speaking about these things done it, then it's, where's Summer? Well, I don't know, she might be behind. Whatever. All of this is being done to Summer's entire community. And the actual good folks, the people being targeted wrongly, used when Dawn or Candace want to hide from his sisters who's molested her, when Candace or Dawn want to use a scream, never meant to be used by anyone. It just was something we heard. To us, it meant she's hurt, left behind. And only hours later, when here are these other things presented to us, oh, she's missing? Well, holy shit, could that have had something to do with it? The truth is somewhere behind the fucking narratives, the bullshit, the targeting. And I'll tell you, like I told you, you don't target people in an entire community and willing to destroy them all or do what's been done for no reason at all. And whatever that reason is where the truth is. So you damn us all to hell for speaking about anything done to any of us in this community, right? Or we don't care about Summer, or it's about us before her. There is no realm where I think that even what's been done to these children and I, by all the motherfuckers, including Andy, Becca, Fred, Jenny, Adrian, chasing, etc., all this shit that into my family and all these things. Even that, there's no realm in which I'm like, oh yeah, we matter more than the summer. Our penguins been dead, that's Penner's born. We don't forget summer here. We don't forget that she's out here somewhere and we don't know where she is yet. But we will one day. And I hope that day is every day. And I do not forget that she's out here and we don't know what's happening to her. It's a shit of nightmares. There's not one meal that I have every day to where I don't go wonder if Summer is eating. She hungry? She cold? I don't forget Summer, ma'am. Nor do I think our pain or what we've been through at the hands of all these monsters and all you motherfuckers out in the world matters more than whatever has happened to Summer or is happening to her. God, Jesus Christ, you nutbag. Are y'all reading this fucking stupid shit? It's a distraction in the driveway, you know why? Something made somebody feel in their feels tonight. That's why. And you didn't hear nobody talking no boy on my stream. And don't look at this shit. Do you really need any more than to read from this troll? TBI has opened up her case again. You better watch. Summer's case has never been closed. See how this works? So my Pistons and my Steros tonight. Oh dear God, it sounds like the Don B troll. And the rest of you. Sounds like some modulating and trying to get off track. What are you doing that for? To really give a fuck these days? What you are gonna do is get the fuck up on my chat. I'm sure you're back under 400 other names. Some team somewhere or the other. Tell no matter which section of which team I said to go fuck themselves. Modulate, go buy a goddamn deck. Go see if Ryan can find it. With his wife's magical imaginary bullshit spirits. You know. Go see if Don B can ShamWow it and cliffhang it into existence. Go see if Tim will stop 75% trolling it, attacking, and see if a chasing will stop cleansing dicks along with Jenny and Adrian and Six and Deets and everybody else. See if Ziggy will stop paying to bang. You know? Ain't nobody got time for this shit and they never did. And that is namely Summer. She's whose time y'all wasted. You remember that. It's whose time you still wasted. And none of us know where she is or what's happening to her. But if you haven't sleep good with that, it's on you, man. And it makes you as bad a monster as any monster I know. And maybe some of us continue to be here. Maybe we're always here because we know how much dirty shit, how many monsters, etc., their behaviors, patterns, etc., flips, flops, what we're living in and around near, how it might go. Now it's supposed to continue to be. So nothing else can be done in the dark. Or to any of us quietly. Yeah. But you know, even in the darkness, I don't know. There's gotta be glowing bear shit somewhere, right? Gotta be. Sometimes it just takes a while. Yeah. It just takes. Some of us refuse to go into the darkness quietly, or to give in, give up, go yellow bellied, be bought, blackmailed, choked, handled, teamed, 75% trolled, threatens, our lives put in danger and real risk. The potential of real murder happening. Not even then. Truth out there. She's out there. The hell with the rest of them. And all the things twizzled somewhere in all the in-betweens. Scripted, written, used, simultaneous shit, coinciding caveman brain, blue barrel, blue dotted shit, propaganda shit, garbage shit, scripted shit, written shit. I got time for any of this shit. Namely, but the truth's out there. And so is she. You see, that's the thing, too. A whole bunch of these that turn yellow belly and swap their whole tune around at certain times. Along with fucking you tragedy pimps and getting too wound up and fucking around with too many things and caught up as fuck and afraid and whatever else by the time they probably realized that, if they even did. Doubt it considering events recently. In ways, or they're like you all, they think they'll never get caught or held accountable for it. So what the fuck, right? Do they care? But a whole bunch of these have turned belly up, changed tunes, man. They're the ones that have the most fear. Even though it's a little piddly shit. All between C&D. But boy, don't C&D and their teams make sure their assholes are cleansed too. If they get on board. Mm-hmm. Same team, same station, same shit, tragedy Pimpville. Year after year. Even as y'all latch on to other cases and things. Simultaneously and otherwise, just never stops. You'll never stop. Playbooks, scripts, narratives, creating giant bubbles of doubt, doing dirty work for. Hell, I'm honestly surprised we've not seen more of Cher's face on banners and her ass cheeks sent to anybody else. Surprised Piper ain't been caught recently sleeping in somebody else's driveway or trying to ride a dick. I think Lisa Kay is taking over. Oh, we don't know. Well, no. She just likes them locked up where she knows where they are. She likes the abusers, too. Yeah, there's a lot of those weirdos around here. Can name a few of your female creators who are those types. Surprisingly not. Yeah, there's a few things they let drop. They don't keep in the playbook. Other things they keep in and out, and they learn to do shit a little better. Like all criminal organizations, this one just happens to be operating in and around political events and true crime. Air quotes. And on the ground, wildly enough, in both things, and funneling money and dirty shit through both things. Payments hidden and shit, am I right? Won't make things look right. We've been there, we've talked about it. I'm sure we'll be there again talking about it. But tonight ain't it. Sure we'll see Chasing and her stamp again. Sure somebody will fake die, real die. You just never know around here. There'll be another bullshit motherfucker looking for something. It's a whole ass criminal or research shit or something. You'll inevitably have tragedy pimps somehow gain access to courtrooms and fuck up on purpose, probably for dirty money in the background somewhere. You just never know. You know, I don't know. It's rinse repeat, ain't it? Take out real searchers, investigators, put in this one, that one, an AWP, whatever the hell, Cayman Alley, Ryan, this, swap out the real dogs for dogs that piss on stuff, fucking real investigators for shit like Jim Terry and, you know, whatever, and real advocates for freely given by states, paid for by probation fees. I'll like swap them out for some dumbass motherfucker online. An option for real family representatives by law enforcement. Instead, go get you a lockdown or goddamn Benny Keys or fucking Tim Mullen. I don't know, right? Go get you a whole ass church full of motherfuckers with media companies and shit to cleanse in the church. Everybody else, I don't know. Go get a JLR and MGL jump out with flyers. In a ditch lane somewhere. It's inevitable, isn't it? Go see if you can get a celebrity on board. A dog, a Chris Hansen, a this one, a that one. Right? A Dr. Oz. All disgraced as fuck. Doctor, I did. You don't get me started there. You know, I think the only one around here with any sense is what's his name from Chips. He's like, I was a what? A where? And when? Oh, hell no, missed me with that shit. That's probably because he was a real cop after deciding to give up acting to be a real cop. Probably was like, oh, hell no. Fuck that. Probably why. Only one I've seen in there circling, and he doesn't, like, I just, no. Huh. Anyway. What done at the event where the rest of y'all set up rap and Chillbilly and all that shindig crap, and the shirt was weird, and Nana and Toaster were real weird, and people had to hold people's hands, and, you know. Everybody wanted hands on rap devices and to get to them and do all the things leading up around the cow and justice for fucking nobody Jensen of the clutch the fucking pearls and pray nobody spanks his monkey motherfucker. And Nancy Grace recently even kicked in teeth wildly enough for being a liar from Liarsville and a setter up her weirdo fake making whatever. Same crap. I don't know, you know how they are if you know how they are. Anyway, I've been on here long enough for tonight. I'm gonna partake of a snack. Go back to what I was doing. And, eat some more ice. Continue to try to help Marn. All that. And I'm not kidding, I'm gonna feed at least 2 of these to I actually can't. I don't think it's allowed, but gotta be I don't fucking money told me. Experiment myself. Ernie, how do you feel about glow in the dark Oreos? And then again, if it glowed, it'd probably still glow through kitty litter, right? Like, no matter how much you tried to cover it, the glow and polish it would still probably shine through, right? Ernie? Oh. You want a cookie, Ernie? Come here, baby. He heard me. He's like, oh, Mom said you was gonna eat ours birthday. I only had 45 11s today. Anyway, do you want some milk and cookies? You're late for your shenanigan run, by the way. I assume that's because your last 11 just put you into a kitty cup. Good morning. Good morning. I'm not seeing you in like 2 hours. Or 3 years. Actually, okay. I know. And your little paws smell like hay and sunshine. They do. I know, buddy. You ain't snacks, Mama? Mm-hmm. Are you ready for snacks? Okay, it's been like a whole 3 or 4 hours. I've been on here. And you've not been over, so. I know you're just starving. You're starving. Dear Mama's belly. I'm hungry too. Y'all see those biscuit makers? They're serious. And his little paws for the past day or two, and I know why. But they really do smell like hay and sunshine. So I'm sort of appreciative, unlike other times, because I don't like cat paws and licking them up. I'm sort of appreciative that he's sharing his hay and sunshine smelling biscuit makers with me. Are you gnawing upon my thumb? He's starving, guys. Can't you tell? Oh, I love him. Anyway, you guys, I'm out of here. I'm gonna grab a snack, try to chill, do what I was doing prior, get back to that. Grab some ice. Oh, yeah. And, I guess figure out what these cookies do. Okay? Maybe you just heard me say, I'm gonna eat. Because he has a habit, he'll hear me say, I'm gonna eat. And then he'll want to cuddle her and try to force me into a nap or sleep. I don't know. He's like, no, you can't eat. You have a habit. I'm just saying, I know. Poor little Ernesto the hurricane. Alright, you want to tell him bye-bye? You want to tell him bye-bye? So we'll see you guys later. Watch out for these streets. There's nothing good on them, I promise. YouTube true crime criminal in the streets will fuck you up if you let them. Keep that in mind to keep yourself safe from it. Anyway, y'all, my tiny fuzzy little hurricane Ernesto and I are out of here. Y'all enjoy the speck, the vast cosmos, sun, the rain. And it's in and around all of it. Enjoy your favorite tune, your favorite snack, and your favorite people. Be good humans. Drop good pebbles, sparks, in your own voice where you can. They all matter. Change the lives of real humans and the world around you. No matter how dark it feels out there. All the little good things made of light matter. And they always will. And as always, please share the DV/Universal Hand Signal for help. Canada does save lives. In a public setting and in private homes, from health emergencies to crimes, obviously. And forever continue to share Summer's picture, information, and call her by her name. And y'all know what I mean by info. Stick with law enforcement. State police, TBI, FBI, real journalists, real ones, investigative and otherwise, real news sources, WJHL, WCYB, Rogers Review, Bristol Herald, Johnson City Press, so many others. Avoid the talking head ones, tragedy vamp ones for entertainment stations, no matter how large they are. That'd be my suggestion, honestly. I just don't like them. I never have for any reasons. It's nothing new, but you know, and I would always suggest stay the hell away from true crime YouTubers or any other platformers. They are not information, and I will tell you that those in and around these missing or murdered and from their communities and this other are not information either. Though they do hold a bit more weight and bearing, which is a double-edged sword. But they too are not the information you seek. None of us anywhere are. Because nobody knows what is what until law enforcement and feds say. No matter what case. No matter what missing or murdered individual it is. The people around can speak, but that does not mean everything's a thing, or part of a thing, or even a thing at all. All they can only offer is their perspectives, opinions, and points of view, and things like that. A little closer look, but they're still not the information. So always stick with law enforcement, police, and feds, real journalists, alright? Real forms of information, real press. And when you share Summer's flyer, basic information, height, weight, please include a link to real information above it swap it out every now and then to a different piece, a different journalist, different this, a different video from real sources, real feds, whatever. Swap it out as much as you can or willing to, so that the right piece might be seen or heard by the right person at the right time, who does hold the right thing and is the key and can call in or turn in the right information or the right person. Okay. So always keep that in mind, and not just for Summer, but all the rest of these cases. These children and women and other victims and survivors and fighters these tragedy pimps latch onto. Alright? They matter as well. And the most tangible thing you can do to help them is to share the real information from real sources. It will always remain so. Always. Okay? So. Anyway, you guys, I'm out of here. For today. Or at least right now. Y'all have a good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever y'all are. And I guess enjoy your favorite snacks. I guess these will taste like all the others, but they glow. So anyway, guys. Y'all have a good day. Much love.